ADHD time blindness is a massive bottleneck for us as ADHDers. And the reason why is a lot to do with how we deal with time. Like we don't estimate time the way that, if you want to call it, a neurotypical will, right? So in this video, I want to share with you how time is slipping away from you and how to deal with that. If you're not making any progress on projects specifically around your business, you're an entrepreneur, or you're someone who has a creative idea that you want to work on, but you just can't find yourself making progress on it, this video is definitely for you. If it's not what you're looking for, definitely click off right now. I want the algorithm to show more people like you, right? So let's get into it. Time slipping away from you, right? Big, massive bottleneck. There is a gift though, right? The gift is that when you came up with this idea, this amazing idea of this project or this business idea that you came up with, or this digital product, you were lost in this visualization, right? And you started to go into this flow state of just picturing what it'd be like and the vision, and you could see everything for what it was. That is an incredible trait that we have, is being able to do that. What our problem is that there's a gift and a curse in that. Like when you're doing that, there's a part of the journey where you're doing that that stops you from doing that and starts questioning, oh, actually, am I kind of a bit too far in the journey with this? Or, oh, am I a little bit, am I being a bit too ambitious here? You start to do this self doubt. The self doubt is creeping in once your brain catches up with what you know already about the thing that you're just about to commit to, right? And what it knows probably so far is that you jump on something and you don't finish it. You've given it the data already that it needed to be able to see if this is worth going for or not, right? But here's the thing: the curse is that you entertain that idea of it not being possible, and you start to lose track of time through that overthinking, through that um analyzing details and things that don't really matter right now. Like you're thinking about something that's like 10 steps ahead, where you should be thinking about step one, right? So how do I deal with this? Because I've dealt with this most of my life. Before I was diagnosed in 2024. So obviously for me, it was a massive bottleneck until I got diagnosed, right? And I'd been jumping on loads of different projects before AI came around and done all this crazy, like, oh yeah, you can automate everything now, and oh, you could do your own, you could do these videos edited, and now you can do a website in 5 minutes. All that stuff that it can do in short space of window of time now, right? Is things that I used to be interested in when there was no tool to help with all that. So can you imagine now where I can see what I could do now with the skill set that I was trying to learn back then, right? I wanted to learn it all. I loved anything to do with creativity, I loved, right? Art, graphic design, web design, you name it. I was on top of it. Here's the thing: I can't do all of them. I can't wear all those hats and juggle all of them at the same time. That was the thing that I didn't realize I couldn't do, right? I've mentioned it in a video previously about this, but I want to talk to you about the solution, right? What I'm finding is that ADHD comes with this gift and a curse, right? And we need to track the data of when things are happening. Like, but we need to get feedback on what's actually going on. So what I do is I do what's called FBI journaling, right? I'm going to show you on my screen in a moment my process of doing it through my dashboard. But basically, F stands for friction. If you are stalling, you're stalling for a reason. You need to find out what's the source of that stalling. Is it because you're not sure what to do? You don't know where to start? Is it because you don't know the answer to this certain specific thing, the question? For example, I was on a call with someone, I think it was about a few months ago, and she had this amazing idea for t-shirts, right? And she wants to do t-shirt branding, like she wants to get the supplier, and like all this stuff to do with like printing on t-shirts. She loved the idea of it, but she had a design, but the design needed tweaking. For her, she had been a perfectionist about the process of tweaking it, and she was trying to do all of that herself. When instead, I said to her, why don't you just delegate that to someone else, like, and get them to do clean it up for you? Oh yeah, didn't think about that. But it's not that she didn't, the reason why she weren't able to see it for that because that's literally all it is. It's just delegate it, right? Instead of spending like a whole week trying to tweak the little things on the design, just send a message to someone to do it for you. She said to me that she was worried about people taking her idea. But guess what? If you don't put out the idea in the end, no one's gonna steal it anyway, right? So like you're in a lose lose. Like if either no one sees the idea or someone steals the idea, but no one's gonna steal the idea. And even if someone stole the idea, it's not gonna be stolen in the way that you think it's gonna be stolen, right? Um, and that's why she was holding on to it so much. And a lot of these little small like things like copyright and all this stuff are things that stop us. It stops us. Or I was gonna post content, but I wasn't sure if I should repost that because then I thought I might get a copyright strike. I'm like, man, get the copyright strike first. Get the copyright strike first. Learn from that copyright strike, maybe, right? But we're worried about walking around eggshells. Look, guys, listen, yeah. A lot of the chances that you're going to progress on this journey is just by taking action and learning from the action that you take, right? I told my client this the other day that there's so much emphasis on trying not to fuck up that we end up fucking up, right? And not doing anything at all, which just defeats the object, right? Of the whole thing in the first place. Is like you're worried about failing, but if you don't do anything, you're gonna fail anyway. That's the whole point. Like that you might as well fail by trying. But we don't even want to try because we feel like that failure is going to be so hurtful. But it's regret is worse. I'm telling you now, regret is worse. I'm telling you from experience, right? So FBI friction. What's the friction stopping you from taking action on this thing that you say is important to you? What's the blessing in disguise now that you know this? The blessing in disguise is that I've realized that I was focusing too much on the details there of step 10. In actual fact, I need to just come back to step one. Okay, let's just focus on step one. Okay, and then now you've got implementation. Like, what do you need to implement now? Like, just straight away, the next 5, 10 minutes, like, what do you need to implement right now that just makes some form of progress on this? Not step 10 on step one. What progress is step one, right? And then you sit there with that. You sit down and you start the process of doing that, and you're going to start entering flow state, or you're going to start entering like the momentum phase is going to start kicking in, and you're going to make progress, right? We need to stop thinking about things that are not here yet. Like it's not it doesn't exist yet. Someone stealing your idea doesn't exist yet, right? Like that concept doesn't exist. I could be saying the same thing about ADHD as well. Oh no, I don't want anyone to steal my. I don't care. I'm going to give out everything for free. Yeah, how about that? But guess what? I've got a story that I can tell that backs up the stuff that I'm talking about. That's what makes it unique. It's not the information that matters. It's what I've done with the information that matters, right? So if someone steals my idea, they have to make sure that they've got something that shows that they can actually prove that it works for them and why and what they've implemented in their life, and it come across all like authentic as well, right? I've been going through this pain for years, so I know how to explain it. I don't have to. How am I going to share this? No, I know exactly how to share. I've got thousands of examples of how I can deal with this, right? So that's the advantage that you have now. Friction, like I said, is identifying what's in the way. You always need to look at the bottlenecks because they're the ones that are taking up the most mental real estate. Blessing in disguise. What is the thing that you're getting from finding out this friction? And what is it that you're going to do about it now, implementation wise? You need to reflect and you need to have these feedback loops to help you to move the needle forward. So that's the process. And as you can see here, I've got here what's called the one thing, which is the first thing that I see on my dashboard. And I've got here the 55-5 method, which is where I do 55 minutes of focus work and then 5 minute for reflection, right? If I click here, this is the outline of the video for today in here. Now that I've obviously done this, I could tick this off as done, right? It's under the category of recording and it's under this project. And this is the one thing. This is done now, right? This is what I do every day. This is how I deal with my day. I decide what I'm going to do and I do it and I pull it up here. And once it's done, I move on to the next thing in Signal. So there'll be another thing up here that'll be saying what I need to do and I'll do it. And that's how I deal with any project that's in my life around my business and my work activities, my client work, whatever it may be.